Good morning. Hello, I'm Andrea, and welcome to Gardening with Heart. This is a channel where I document what it's like to live with heart disease and heart failure and still try to maintain an active lifestyle. Currently, I am 47 years old and I have lived with heart disease since my early 20s or mid 20s. So, it is possible for you to live with heart failure and still be a very active and productive person. If you'd like to learn or hear more about gentle gardening tips and just what it's like to live with heart disease, please follow along. In today's video, I'd like to share a little bit of my July garden. It's very hot here in southern Louisiana, and we've already hit triple digits on a pretty consistent basis. In fact, we have been under a heat advisory, so what I do outside is definitely a lot less than normal. In the month of July, there's not much gardening that will happen here in South Louisiana. It is just way too hot. We are consistently in the triple digits, well over 100 degrees. The average for the week right now is going to be, feels like temperatures with the heat advisory will be 113. So with living with heart disease and heart issues, the heat is not your friend. There are some things that I can do, like I will wear a hat, I will work in the shade as much and often as I can. I do have a little cooler that I put around my neck to help lower my body temperature. But living with heart disease, messing with the heat is something you don't want to do. So a lot of the work will be moved or shift to just simply cutting back, sitting and enjoying, and staying inside as much as possible. I do have a pool where I like to get in and cool off whenever I do work outside, and but even the water temperature of the pool is above where it's enjoyable. So I hope you're having a good time wherever you are, and that you're not staying in the heat. Start here on the front porch. As you can see, not much has changed at all. I did update in one of the last videos my hanging baskets to a more Americana summer theme with red, white, and blue, and they are looking pretty good. There's not many flowers in this one right now. It's kind of struggling with the heat. But we have two other baskets. I've been cleaning up on the front porch. I took down the American swags. Still got some petunias blooming. The diamond frost or diamond snow euphorbia has kind of died out. And here is the play in the blues. Also, no blooms. Heat. The heat is killer. And our third hanging basket with the red, white, and blue. Just the vinca is flowering at the moment. But the front porch decor has really held up well in the heat. It's actually time for a cleaning. And the actual front landing, the everything has died except for the sweet potato vine. But it sure is happy. I do have an update on the Julia Child's rose tree standards that I got from my mom back in June. This one has finally put on some leaves. I cannot wait to see the yellow buds and the the Americana summer theme with the vinca, the play in the blues, and the red begonias are looking really good on the landing. Let's repeat here. This Julia Child's rose tree has not sprouted, but I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I think it will be sprouting out some leaves pretty soon. So that's the front porch update. It does at least look clean. Did pressure wash the front porch and the front doors and across the front of the house, and that looks really good. Back in March of this year, we ordered from Arbor Day 12 free trees, bare root trees, and I wanted to give everyone an update. So this is one of the 2 crepe myrtles, flowering crepe myrtles that we planted from a bare root. It is doing quite well, and it is actually one of the only trees, bare root trees, that we have surviving. So the plan was we took all of the bare root trees and planted them along the driveway. So that way we go. Sorry, the sun is so bright this evening here. So we wanted to plant all of the trees along the driveway to where we would have a canopy because the sun is very bright in the afternoon. All of them died. This is a fail. No bare root trees for us. All of them except for the 2 crepe myrtles on the end here. This was the other bare root crepe myrtle that we planted from Arbor Day. Doing quite well. It's also another purple one. So when we have a failure, we try to improvise and make something out of nothing. So we then went to Lowe's and we got a few more of the crepe myrtles, not from bare root. This is one of them. This is a very pretty variety. It's a very dark foliage with a very bright purple flower that's fixing to bloom, fixing to come out. So we have decided to replace the driveway with crepe myrtles only. Here's a beautiful white crepe myrtle, Natchez crepe myrtle, doing very well. Again, not a bare root variety again, this one was not a bare root from Arbor Day, but it is a crepe myrtle that we'd like to have along the front driveway. So that's an update on our bare root trees. They didn't make it. Here's another crepe myrtle, dark variety. Foliage is very purple, and the flower is very hot pink. Very pretty. So, if you can imagine, this driveway will be flanked with purple, pink, red, and white crepe myrtles. Hopefully. Here we have our south-facing garden, or bare lot. There's really nothing going on. This was another fail for this month. As you can see, I do have my rose bush that is doing really well, but has not had any buds yet at all. I think it's the growth has stunted. We did transplant this in March, so yeah, she's growing, but she's not thriving. Every other plant that I planted in here, I had some junipers. You can see, I believe that's a really dried, crispy one there. This is our treatment plant area, and this is the only other plant that is growing. So our south-facing garden had plans of this being our red garden, our sun garden, my secret garden. Yeah, it's barely a garden. But one day, it should be pretty. We've got lots of space with lots of plans, just not right now. Okay, friends, here we go. The biggest fail of them all. So for our July update, our goldfish pond, well, is out of the ground. It is no more. If you watched my other videos, you'll know that we had a couple of leaks in our bottom goldfish pond, there were 5 to be exact, and we had to completely tear it out, which left us with a huge hole and mess. It is just a complete mess right now, friends. But we have the opportunity to kind of regroup, refocus, and make this something extra special. Kind of like the diagnosis of heart disease. It was a shock, it was a blow. Had to rethink how we did things. But now I've learned to take things easy, to go work at my pace. And I feel that my life has been truly blessed, even though I am living with chronic illness. So we do have our higher goldfish pond, poor babies. The goldfish, we were able to get all of the fish out. There's one swimming around of the bottom pond before we had to dig it up. But this is just a mess. I think we ruined it. I don't even know where to go from here. However, our planter is looking great. Still no patio, but it's coming. We're thinking of extending the goldfish pond. We will have to get a new liner for this pond, and I think we're going to dig it out and put it in here. A really pretty backdrop, connecting it to, that's my reading bucket. I did do some cutback for the summer, but we want to connect that pond with a few streams, a stream in to come into this one. Use your imagination. It's gonna look great eventually, just not right now. Like I said, I did do some weeding here in the goldfish pond garden. See the Texas sage that I just planted, I believe 2 months ago. They're doing great, along with the azalea, slow grower here. Nothing is really blooming because of the heat. We do have a few gardenias. Lots and lots of weeds. Lots of rain. Lots of heat. Everything's in slow down mode. But this is just so disheartening. Dusty millers are done. Need to cut those back. The Hawaiian tie back there is actually looking pretty good. We will be getting skirting for all of the underneath, moving that bench, filling this area in, but hey, there's room for more plants. And what will soon be, hopefully very soon, the patio. Let's go take a look at the herb garden. Here we are up front in our little planter, our newly built planter. We have a few things growing. We have a couple of cucumbers and some green beans. I believe that's a green bean growing. We have the fencing, vining that should hopefully vine all the way up this trellis. Over here on this side, we have some green onions and basil. Let's see. Here we go. And I just have my newest addition is this agave. So excited to get that from Lowe's. And since we're going to have to fill in where the pond was, I want to turn it into a little succulent garden. That's going to be really pretty and exciting. Lemon tree, Meyer lemon here, still producing and growing up some wonderful fruit. I believe I have 16 lemons on my plant right now. That'll be my first harvest of lemons. And the planter's not finished. Again, things kind of had to stop for a while we figured out and focused on the pond and what to do. But this, I promise you guys, will one day look amazing. Today is not that day. But before we go, I have to end on a positive note. Here is my Japanese maple. Even though she is struggling a little bit, I know I need to add more soil. I do plan to add soil, fill her up with soil, and fertilize her this coming month in August to get ready for fall. But we moved her. She was by the pool, and when the pool collapsed, she was in full sun, lost everything, all the leaves. So then we moved her to the shade area, and she's putting on some growth, so she's not dead. So excited, cannot wait for her to really thrive with some low TLC. And then I also have my shade garden back here along the carport with the snake plants. They are simply loving life. So while everything else is a hot mess, not doing well in this heat and torture with rain, pond exploding, pool exploding, just all the drama that has been our life the last couple of months, we have beauty still to behold. So this was interesting. So I do live on the bayou in southern Louisiana. Right past the road in front of my house is a bayou, and we're about to see a barge that's passing through, cleaning up the bayou area. When we get into August and September, really from June through November, it's hurricane season here, and storms get pretty prolific during the months of August. So they do take some time to clean up the waterways and the highways, so that way any debris, especially since we had Ida, a very, very big storm 4 years ago, there's a lot of still trash in the bayous that they like to clean up, and they're working in front of my house today. So there's the barge with the equipment on it to clean out and dredge on the bayou side. So that would be cool to share. Bayou life at its finest. Oh no, you're not going anywhere. This little guy wants to run, but we're not going to do that. No, thank you, not today. So thanks everyone. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this footage of the bayou front. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye, friends.